Well, hello there, my good people. Uh, I got some things going on here. I put up a little raggedy short that, guess what? Yeah, well, it's, Love Notes, you were right. It was alfalfa pellets. So what I'm going to do here, I've soaked it in water overnight, and by doing that, it breaks up and it looks like this a little bit, you know? So what I'm going to do is go ahead and mix it up with some good old compost. Nice, rich goodness. Black gold, y'all, black gold. So I'm gonna sit here for a little bit and mix this up while I give you guys a little rundown as to what I'm gonna do with this mixture. So here in the high desert, as they call it, you have some unusual soil, very unusual compared to what I'm used to anyway. So I'm gonna have to amend this soil and build it up to get it to where I want it. And where I want it is to be highly nutritious, easy draining, not too loose or fluffy. That's not good, but just like consistency. Because if you want to look, this soil ain't all of that. Now I have to admit I had a decent harvest last year, decent growing season, but this soil is not all of that. So it's going to take me a little while to work on it and amend it and get it built up, because that right there is just a mixture of native soil and goat manure, chicken manure, horse manure, a bit of ag lime, and some food scraps. Because after I did that, I didn't plant in it right away, so it pretty much rested for a season. And during that rest period, I was burying my food scraps in it. So, try to get a more rounded, diverse set of nutrients in it. So, uh, and I'm working with it from there. And I got to build it up because it's, as you can see, there's pretty much no organic matter in it. So, with this alfalfa pellets mixed up with this good compost, I have a rich organic matter here that what I'm going to do is broadcast it over these beds, and I'm going to work it in that soil and get it evenly distributed as possible. Give it a good watering, not drenched to soak it down, but a decent watering to have a good level of moisture to kind of wake it up, get those microbes going, and make them hungry, get them active, and start doing what they need to do. So by the time I get ready to plant, which will be my last frost date is the middle of next month. So I have until then to get this soil the best that I can get it for this growing season. I mean, it's not going to be perfect. To build soil takes time. It's not something that happens overnight. And what you see in here are just remnants from last year, last season. So those are garlic, and it was those little three stubs right here on the end, right there. Those are experiment. Those are actually um, banana peppers. So what I did, I tried an experiment and I stacked up a lot of wood chips on it to well, I pretty much called myself overwintering it. It was an experiment. I didn't think it was going to work, but some things you just never know until you try it. So okay, they're dead, but it's all right. I'll let them stay there for now till I get ready to plant, and then I'll yank them out and do what I need to do. So what I'm going to do at this moment is give y'all a little short panoramic view of this little teeny tiny 2-bed garden that I built. Just give y'all a little view. This is what I'm working with. That little row over there in the corner, well, that's where I plan to plant my my sweet potatoes at this year. I'm not doing any type of white potatoes. Over here, I got a couple of piles of mulch, and here, let me bring y'all over here. I want y'all to see this. See this right here? Blew my mind. This is fennel that I had growing here last season. I had no idea fennel was a doggone perennial. So I'm just gonna let them stay and come back and do what they do. Last season I've had some monarch come in and they love that fennel. They almost wiped me out, but monarchs, they're kind of rare and important. So I just let them just go ahead and do what they do. And they developed and flew on, and the plant recovered, and I was able to get a small harvest of fennel seeds, which is the main reason I planted it. You know, I mean, I do eat fennel, but the main reason I did it was for the seed, so I could do my version of Italian sausage. So over here is another spot that I'm gonna be planting some more sweet potatoes. So I'm gonna have to amend that as well. There's one lone onion remaining from last year. And this is my sorry compost pile that I will never do it again, y'all. I got a little bit of this compost from those free ecology sites, and because it was active and good to go. So my thought pattern behind that was I could use that as like a shortcut to get me a compost pile started that I won't have to start from scratch. And yeah, it must be some Roundup or some other type of freak of poison up in there that man, I almost killed my whole doggone garden messing with that stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna harvest it and screen it out. I'm gonna put it in the bin, and the stuff that hasn't broke down yet, I'm just gonna get rid of that and toss it, and dig out a little bit, make sure I get that crap out of there. And I'm gonna start all over again with some alfalfa pellets and some other things that I got going on, and make it my own way from scratch and forget about the shortcuts. I got burnt, so that's what happens when you take shortcuts sometimes. And this bed over here, let's see if I can get a good picture for you guys in there. Yeah, I've kind of picked the wrong time of day to do this. The sun is so not cooperating. But this is the other bed. I'm not sure if you guys remember, and I don't even remember exactly who live it was. I think it was Broke Farmers Live I was on. And I had expressed that I planted some onions and I used them as an indicator as to how much time I have left to plant once they come up and start growing. So in that bed, you see those little onions pretty much on the outskirts of my raised bed. And that's done intentionally and on purpose. You know, on purpose on the outskirts because they help with pest control. Not only that, I could still plant certain things in between them if I so choose to, which I'll probably work on the inside of that bed more so the outside, because if you notice these big stakes that I have up here, there they are. Yeah. Well, I'm going to use them as trellis. I'm going to run me some string between them, and they are going to be there to hold up my indeterminate tomatoes that I'm planting this year and my pole beans. And I love my pole beans. I'm quite sure quite a few of y'all heard me talk about my pole beans in lives, as well as comments in other people's videos and things of that nature. So yes, that's pretty much it. It ain't much right now. I got quite a bit of work to do to get this baby in order and ready for planting, but I got a couple of weeks to do it, so I don't have to break my hump to get it done. Just get the important stuff done, like get this soil amended, get it worked in, and let it start doing what it needs to do, because the weather is good. I mean, we got nice warm days, but we got some pretty chilly nights. I mean, chilly enough that it could shock a plant and not wipe them out. So with that being said, then it's best to not be hard-headed and wait, else I run the risk of losing. Or I could plant some cold weather crops, but I'll wait on that. I have another plan for that. So that's about it, folks. I thank you very much for your time, and those that decided that they want to see what Big Mouth is up to all this time over here, commenting and giving advice and this and that on other people's lives. Well, now you get a chance to see firsthand how I do the doggone thing. And it's a method to my madness, and that will be revealed in due time. So thank you, everyone. Have a good day. Enjoy. Stay safe. And remember, the name of this game is survival. So however it works for you, that's the way you need to do it. Take care.